When it comes to making money online, there's a lot of misinformation and scams out there. Everyone seems to have a get-rich-quick scheme. But the truth is, and it's coming from a person who started building her business in 2011, and it's been 14 years, and I have 4 companies now. The truth is, building a profitable business takes real strategy and knowledge. It takes analytics. It's a lot of work, but it's the most exciting work you can do because you learn something new every day, and this is a crucial thing for today's world. For today's video, I did a lot of research, and I'm going to share with you some real credible information on the best online businesses to start in 2025, backed by data, industry trends, and insights from top startup accelerators. I live in Silicon Valley. I talk to a lot of founders and entrepreneurs every single week, and I decided to analyze the fastest growing companies, studied the latest trends, and selected the most promising online business ideas for 2025. Insights from Y Combinator, the world's leading startup accelerator, show that AI is fundamentally reshaping the business landscape, and you have to be utilizing AI no matter what. Many AI startups are experiencing 10% weekly growth. This is the new era. This is the new world. This is bigger than the internet. A lot of people say that in 2025, we're going to have a lot of new millionaires and billionaires. And I just talked to Reid Hoffman, who created LinkedIn, and he's so optimistic about the next couple of years because the world is going to change. Yes, we're going into a crisis where a lot of things are changing, but crisis is the biggest opportunity for you guys to shine and to start your new business. I'm starting a new business. I'm changing a lot of processes in my businesses. So today, we'll talk about the future online business, which is being defined by artificial intelligence, automation, and new platforms that did not exist even a few years ago. So if you're looking to start a profitable online business in 2025, these are the best opportunities to explore. Some ideas require partnering with an offline person and empowering them with AI. And I think it's a great and it's a huge opportunity where you help a person process 10x more clients or be a lot more effective and spend more time with their family. While other business ideas will change the lives of many people around you. Let's dive right in. And in the end, I wanted to talk about business ideas that are absolutely the worst for beginners to start in 2025. Okay, let's start with the first one. I will also be ranking business ideas based on the amount of hassle that they require and their profitability. Let's start with the first one, and it's an AI-powered legal assistant. Now, what's crazy, guys, is that I have ChatGPT check all of my contracts. I see some mistakes from time to time, but these are like minor contracts for smaller brand partnerships. But it's crazy how I used to pay a few $100 for a lawyer to review those. And I remember when I talked to my lawyers a couple of years ago, they wouldn't even take this type of work because it's too small for them, especially in Silicon Valley. Lawyers charge $900 an hour or even more, thousands of dollars an hour sometimes, and they wouldn't just take on smaller clients like me. On the other side, there are smaller firms, and they spend so much time on routine tasks, contract drafting, case research, legal paperwork. They're all still done manually, wasting a lot of valuable time. So basically building an online platform that's going to automate contract drafting and legal research, predict case outcomes based on historical data, generate accurate AI-assisted legal documents is a great idea. And this is basically a great idea for beginners who are enthusiastic about AI. You find a lawyer who's willing to optimize their work. You start working together. You sit with them throughout the day. You see what tasks they're handling, what their assistants are doing. Like you're tracking every single step. And then you start researching the AI tools that will help them optimize their work. A lot of people are still very far behind when it comes to AI. And people who are excited about AI have a huge advantage in 2025 because just being a consultant for people like lawyers and doctors is already a lot of money. So basically, you can charge $299 to $499 per month per user when you come up with a stack for legal AI. So I would give it 4 stars in terms of profitability because I've removed 1 star because after you develop the stack, a lot of work will go into updating it all the time because new AI tools appear all the time. But also finding new lawyers, right? But if it's a subscription model and subscription models work the best, this becomes a sustainable business likely to be acquired later. Amount of hassle, I will give this business 3 stars because, a decent amount of hassle that a lot of businesses require. The tools that you will need, OpenAI's ChatGPT 4. There are 2 other apps, Case Text and Law Geeks. they can help you draft contracts. When you start a business, you start realizing that you need so many things. You need social media content. You need compelling proposals. You need polished presentation. This is where one of my favorite AI tools comes in. When you're going to pitch your clients, when you're going to pitch your investors, you can use Gamma. And Gamma is an AI-powered platform that makes creating professional business materials quick and easy, even if you don't have a design background. From sleek presentations to shareable visuals, Gamma handles it all. I actually used Gamma for my other YouTube channel called Lingua Marina, and we were working on an in-depth video about English tenses and needed a visually engaging presentation. And I also didn't want to do a lot of editing, and I thought if we take the presentation and I do a voiceover and we just show the slides, it could be a cool video. And we decided to try. So basically, I asked Gamma to create that presentation, and usually creating one takes hours. But with Gamma, we had a beautiful polished deck ready in no time. It made it so much easier to communicate our ideas, and our audience just loved the clean professional look. And the best part, Gamma's AI does the heavy lifting. So you focus on growing your business, not learning the design tools. And if you're just starting out and need professional materials without the hassle, Gamma is a game changer. Try Gamma for yourself and elevate your business materials effortlessly. Click the link in the description and get started. I love it. We use it. I highly, highly recommend this tool. Please save it. Don't forget about it because I get a lot of DMs like, oh, Marina, what was that tool that you recommended? Anyways, let's go to our next business idea inspired by my own business too. And it's called an AI-powered podcast. Have you noticed how everyone rushed into podcasts? And remember when I recorded my first interview style video in 2018 for Silicon Valley Girl, my first ever video on this channel is an interview with a guy who sold his company to Microsoft. But I also wanted to make it more engaging. I went to his place in Seattle. We were filming. He was showing me his new Lambo that he got with the acquisition money. But basically now everybody realizes that podcast is a great tool to grow your personal brand, grow your business, but also meet amazing people. Because especially when somebody releases their book, they're willing to get on even small podcasts. But what happens with the podcast, it's really hard to edit. And the reality is your podcast, your long form, might get 30,000 views, but then the clips from this podcast might get millions of views. The power of repurposing content is very underestimated, but it's also really hard to manage a podcast. You need editors, you need repurposing. So the problem is bridging podcast editors and AI tools. There are a lot of great AI tools out there, Descript, Castmagic, but they still require manual editing, so I wouldn't be able to do that. But if you could create a platform that not only has AI tools, but also has editors, because an editor could charge like $75 an hour. I outsource a lot of my editing work to India, but it's still, you have to pay money. What if it's AI and an editor? Like I have my AI assistant. She costs a fraction of what I would pay to a person here in California. So basically AI could transcribe the podcast and pull key takeaways. An editor turns AI-generated transcripts into engaging blog posts, and it generates not only the final video, but also X threads, LinkedIn posts, short clips, email. You could charge from $500 to $2,000 a month per podcast channel, and on average, a podcast channel would publish 2 videos a month. In terms of profitability, I would give it 3 stars because compared to the first idea, you will still need to hire editors, so it's an hourly fee. But the amount of hassle, also 3 stars. So it's kind of average, but you have to love it. With all the business ideas that I'm mentioning here, you have to love what you're doing. So if you're really into podcasts, really into working with creators, I highly recommend working on this business idea. Tools to use, Descript, Castmagic, and ChatGPT for blog content. The next one, first of all, I actually created something similar, but I still feel there is a little space in the market. And it's an AI-powered, see how everything is AI-powered, ghostwriting service for CEOs. So basically, you bridge writers and AI writing assistants. The problem is CEOs need content for LinkedIn, blogs, X, but they don't have time to write. And also, like just having a writer with you all the time is expensive. It's like a $5,000 a month. So basically, you could connect CEO with an AI. AI takes all of their thoughts, drafts articles and posts based on the CEO's past tweets and interviews, and also what they're going on throughout the day. A writer edits and personalizes before publishing. So the app that I built is called Ghostwriter. It's completely automated, so it's just you have to talk to a bot and it creates posts, and then you make some edits manually, but it's working really well. But the next step to it is to have somebody else review all my thoughts and repurpose them and post them for me. It's like AI-powered social media manager for text for executive people. In terms of profitability, you could charge like $1,000 per CEO, maybe $2,000 a month per CEO. And I would say the maximum you can do is 20 clients. So you could make around $30,000 to $40,000 a month. So in terms of profitability, if it's just you and your AI tools, it's actually great profitability. I would actually give it 5 stars. But if you start hiring other people, then it might be trickier because you will need to pay them. In terms of amount of hassle, I will give it 2 stars because it requires work. It's not like you're just sitting around and AI tools are doing everything for you. So this business idea is a lot more active. Business idea number 4, it actually comes from YC. Y Combinator has a list of ideas they're looking for and they're funding startups. And YC would actually love to fund someone who builds this idea, and it's DocuSign 2.0. This idea could be also bridged with the first idea. So e-signature platforms like DocuSign have limitations in template creation, information duplication, and integration with other software. The solution is an AI-powered platform that can convert any signed document into a customizable template, autofill forms, like crazy that nobody does it. Autofill forms using previously provided or publicly available information. How much time is it going to save? Provide voice-based assistance for complex terms. Customize templates based on the signer and situation. Pricing starts at $50 a month for individuals, could be scaled up to $500 a month for enterprise. The e-signature market is expected to reach $14 billion by 2026. It's growing at 26%, which is a lot. I would say in terms of profitability, I'm going to give it 5 stars. Because if you're building an AI tool that doesn't require humans, it can be scaled to infinity. So it's 5 stars. In terms of hassle, oh my God, I will give it like, let's do 1 star because you really need to know what you're doing and you need to have a developer. Okay, the next one is actually AI-powered design management. And this is something I need. And why do I need it? I am already started this company, the snack company. And I talked to a founder from the space yesterday, and he makes protein ramen. And I asked him, what happened with your business that you did not expect would happen? And he told me that he did not expect that his designer would be the most important person on the team because it is not just about creating a concept. Business owners need consistent, high-quality design assets across multiple formats all the time. You need a label, then you go into this store and they require something for their social media, and then they need like boxes designed, and then they need a brochure or whatever. Working with a designer is great, but do you really need a human to adjust the existing design every single time? It's all about constantly resizing, adapting, and it's time consuming and it costs a lot. And if you're a startup founder, you just can't afford that. And existing tools like Canva or Adobe Express, they allow users to manually create variations, but they do not offer designer-curated content that updates automatically. So basically, my solution is let's create this platform that merges designers and AI-powered format expansion platform, where a designer will create your brand, your logo, your visuals, come up with a creative strategy, and then those visuals are uploaded to a centralized platform. The platform auto-adapts them to different formats, social media posts, PDFs, etc., and you get consistent managed design updates without having to manually release them. I think it's genius, and you can charge $500 or $2,000 per month for managed design services. And this, in terms of profitability, I would say, I don't know why I start with profitability, it's my second column. Anyways, in terms of profitability, I would say it's an operational business. You still have to have designers, so I'll give it 3 stars. In terms of hassle, I will give it designer platform 1 star. It requires a lot of work, but it has great potential. Canva is valued at billions and billions of dollars. The next one, if you're willing to build $1 billion company, but it's also, you can adapt this idea. You can be like, it could be small, it could be big. And it is an AI app discovery tool. It's basically like Apple Store for AI apps. And this is something that Gary Ten, the president of Y Combinator, mentioned. And this is what a lot of creators are already doing. Like on my Instagram, Lingua Marina, I'm talking about new AI apps every week because there are so many. And I just love to share them. They are exciting. I'm blown away by what AI apps can do these days. But also, like, we just need a centralized ranking for all of the platforms. And Apple Store is great, but it has all the other tools as well. So basically, the problem is it's very difficult for users to find the best apps for their needs. So we basically need a curated marketplace that reviews, vets, and recommends AI tools across various categories. It could start by focusing on creator-specific AI tools, which is a current trend on social media. It could be free for users with a commission model for featured apps, so 15 to 30% of subscription fees, just like Apple does it. The global App Store market was valued at $100 billion in 2024 and is expected to grow at a rate of 13%. So in terms of profitability, I would actually give it 5 stars because once you start getting traction and you charge 15 to 30% commission, oh my God, Apple makes trillions of dollars, not from selling their iPhones, but because their system is so powerful. In terms of hassle, I would give it 1 star. It's a lot of work, but let's be realistic. You're building something that could cost billions of dollars. The next one, also I'm influenced by Silicon Valley here. Unified AI memory layer. I'm going to explain it right now. My favorite invention in AI is memory. ChatGPT knows everything. Well, everything that I let it remember about me, but basically I fed it with a lot of information saying like, hey, these are my professional goals. Here's where I'm going. This is how I'd like you to present research. I have daughters. I have a husband. Like I gave it everything. And now when it answers my questions, it knows exactly what information it should use. So when I'm asking it about an ingredient, for example, I wanted to come up with research and give me that research that says whether it's bad for you or not. Or I can just ask, what should I give my daughters? And it knows that my daughters are 3 and 5 years old. They love unicorns, etc. So it makes, oh my God, what I did yesterday, I uploaded my measurements. So I can just upload a size chart of every single brand and it will tell me what size I'm looking for. And I also uploaded my astrological forecast for this year. So when I'm in a bad mood, I'm like, what are the stars saying today? Anyways, it's so powerful, but we need a unified AI memory layer because I want ChatGPT to have access to the way I choose my seats on an airplane because I make those decisions in my head and there are definitely patterns that AI can track. I wanted to have access to my calendar, to the way I talk to my COO. Like this unified AI memory layer, people already made devices that you wear. They just listen to everything you do and everywhere you go. This is a little bit like this comes to security and this is like a completely different topic. But I could totally provide AI with access to, like if I trust the company, to things that I do in terms of like flying or whatever, to come up with a very personal solution for me. So basically we need a secure, centralized layer that stores all personal details, preferences, and context. This layer can be accessed by various AI applications, ensuring consistency and personalization across devices. So you can start with a premium model with basic free storage and then charge $9.99 per month. So again, in terms of profitability, because it's an AI startup that could transform our lives, I would give it 5 stars. In terms of hassle, again, 1 star. I'm sorry. Okay, let me give you an easy one. AI influencer campaign manager. So what I did for starting my business, I don't want to work with an agency because they charge a lot and I don't have the budget for my new business yet. But I asked my AI assistant to come up with a list of influencers in health tech space. And she took some time and she came up with it. And I realized this is such a huge potential. So basically what happens is that managing influencer marketing campaigns is time-consuming and difficult to track, but you could build an AI platform that automates influencer discovery, outreach, content analytics, and ROI tracking. So basically AI could do research for you, find influencers, track their metrics, track the engagement rates, and you can charge $1,000 to $3,000 per campaign. And there is a sweet spot in the market for companies who cannot afford a social media agency yet, but they want to start sending their products to influencers. I would say in terms of profitability, it's going to be a 3-star thing because there's a lot of work involved. But in terms of hassle, it's 3 stars. It's a lot easier than the couple of last ideas that I mentioned. Okay, let's wrap up this video with 3 businesses beginners should totally avoid in 2025. First of all, manufacturing consumer goods. Why? Because it requires at least $100,000 just to start. Research, buying inventory, complex logistics. So if you're a total beginner, I would advise against it. Don't start another social media app. It's hard for it to take off if you're a beginner. Don't start anything when it comes to healthcare and pharmaceutical startups. FDA approvals take 5+ years. And yes, it's a space that everybody wants to disrupt, but not if you're a beginner. And also be aware of oversaturated markets if you don't have a special skill. Like if you're starting a podcast, it's going to take at least a year. I would say if you're starting on social media, you need to be consistent and you should be ready to work for 2 or 3 years versus these ideas. Like the market needs them right now. We don't need another influencer, but if you're willing to put a lot of work, you're going to become successful. But what a lot of people need right now are these ideas that I mentioned. So do not forget, find a specialist around you, automate their work with AI, help them onboard more clients and be more efficient, and make money for yourself. 2025 is going to be a game changer for a lot of you guys watching. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you very soon in my next videos. Subscribe to Silicon Valley Girl and my Instagram, Lingua Marina. Bye!